Good afternoon. My name is Sanjeev Deer. I'm the CEO and president of CashEdge. We're a financial technology company. We provide electronic payment services to over 650 banks, including 7 of the top 10, ranging all the way from that to hundreds of community banks and credit unions. We've been in business for about 10 years, and by way of an estimate, we did over $50 billion in transfers in our existing products. I'm here today to introduce our latest product. It's called Pop Money. It stands for Pay Other People Money. The product is very simple. What it's designed to do is a P2P email and mobile payment service. It allows you to go to your bank as part of your online banking, send a payment or any amount of funds transferred to anybody using their email address or mobile phone number. The recipient, if they are at a bank which also offers Pop Money, they can simply receive the funds directly into their bank account. If they're not at a bank that offers Pop Money, they go to popmoney.com and receive the funds. Why is this important? It's important because for the first time, you can do email and mobile person-to-person payments directly from within your bank account. You don't have to go to a third-party service, open a different account, and do that. So here's how it works. What you have here is the sending experience, which is the first part of it. You're within ABC Bank. Here are all the tabs right on the front. The tab we're looking at is Pop Money. The bank may choose to call it something else. And the two major elements in the tabs here that you care about is the experience of sending money, which is primarily why you're here, as well as the ability to receive funds directly into your bank account. The tabs over here pertain to, as you would expect, the administrative tabs, the activities, the scheduled payments, and contacts and calculations. The contacts refers to all the folks that you might be sending money to, their email addresses or mobile phone numbers. So essentially, it's very straightforward and simple. You pick an account that you want to send money from. These accounts are pre-populated because you're at the bank from where you want to send the money. You can type in the email address, name, or mobile phone number of somebody who's already in your list. So we're going to do Samuel Waters for purposes of this transaction, if I can get the spelling right. If you want to add a new contact, you go to Add a Contact, and you get 3 choices. You can send money to somebody's email account. You would just enter the email address here. You can send it to their mobile phone number. Or if you want to send money to their bank account, it gives you the ability to enter the account information as well. For purposes of this demo, we'll just send money to Samuel Waters. You enter the dollar amount you want to send. Pick the date. And what you have is the option here of making it into a recurring payment or a single payment. If you choose to make it into a recurring payment, you pick the frequency, whether it goes out whatever frequency you want to choose, and the duration. For purposes of this demo, we'll make it into a single payment. And then you have the option of sending an email message to the recipient. So this is a payment for the Springsteen ticket that I recently gave to a colleague, and he hasn't paid me back yet. You have the ability to add notes, and these are notes where you can classify the transaction. You can pick a category you want to add to it and write a description. These notes are only for your own records. They're not seen by the recipient. So here you are. You've chosen the account you want to send it from to. You hit continue. You get to see the details of the transaction. If you proceed with the payment of the transaction, it comes back and gives you the payment status, the reference number, and when you expect to see it. At this point, you're done with the transaction. The funds have already been, the transaction has been initiated. You can go quickly to the activity screen to see what that looks like. And this is the transaction. You can see the details of the activity if that's what you wish to do. This is the first part of it. You've sent the money, the funds are gone. What the recipient sees is an email because you chose to use an email to send the money to. The email comes from the recipient, so in this case, Jeffrey Miller to Samuel Waters. The email is co-branded with the ABC Bank. It has the message that Jeffrey Miller sent, and it gives instructions to the recipient on how to receive the funds. The recipient has 2 choices. If they bank at ABC Bank, i.e. the bank of the sender, they can simply go to the bank, log on to online banking, and receive the funds there. If they do not, then they go to popmoney.com/ABC. You also notice that ABC Bank has this powerful opportunity to put collateral and advertising directly aimed at someone who's likely not to be their customer. So in this case, you go to the Pop Money Hub. That's the Pop Money Hub. It's really simple. What you're here for is to deposit the funds that you just received. You have two choices. The one thing you do is to say, does my bank offer Pop Money or not? In this example, we'll assume that XYZ Bank, which is the bank of the recipient, does indeed offer Pop Money. If it does, you would simply go to XYZ Bank, register for the service, and that payment would be waiting for you here. Jeffrey Miller sent you the money. You can deposit those funds, and in order to deposit the funds, you pick the account at that bank that you wish to deposit to, and there might be an authentication step if that's required based on the risk engine that sits behind that scores every transaction. But in this case, we're demonstrating that there is no additional authentication required. You continue and you're done. The funds have been deposited. If you happen to be a recipient who does not have a bank that offers this, then you do go to popmoney.com. You say, my bank is not listed, and you proceed to receive the funds right here. The first question it asks you is, how did you get notification of the payment? If it was an email, you enter your email address, and you proceed to the next step. It's a very simple three-step process. The first step is you indicate the account that you want the funds to be deposited to, you validate your email, and you deposit the funds. So in this case, it's Samuel Waters, confirms the first name, last name, the account information, hit submit, and it comes back to validate his email address to make sure that it is indeed owned by the person to whom the payments have been set. You enter the code here that you would receive on your email, hit submit, and the last step is just confirmation that you have $100 from Jeffrey Miller that you've asked be deposited to the ABC Bank account. You hit deposit, and you're done. So at this point, anybody who was at ABC Bank that offered Pop Money initiated an email or a mobile transfer. The recipient received, for the first time only, a notification via email and was able to indicate where the funds are supposed to go. Once they've set it up, the next time any payment to that recipient at that email address is automatically deposited unless there is some additional authentication that is required. So that's the Pop Money product. We are delighted to announce at this conference that we have 4 banks that are signed, which will be deployed before the end of the year, and we expect that another 4 should be signing up for the service in the course of the next couple of months. One important thing to mention, this is not a brand new implementation for a bank. For all of the 650 banks that currently use our transfer products, this is a simple release upgrade. It sits on the same core platform. Would love to see you at our booth. Thank you for your attention.